Are we getting paid? We're not sure. We'll figure that out after this show.
You
Welcome
better
in,
have
everybody.
intro music for us.
Oh, we got some intro music. We got the knockoff Metallica, the store brand version of Metallica, bringing us in here for the very first heat race. Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr., joined by Mike James from Up on the Rock, and for the very first time in the booth, calling some racing action. NEPS' very own racing here tomorrow night, and the GNG Oxford 250, Ryan Salvatore. And Ryan, great to have you up here, man.
Thank you.
It's going to be a lot of fun here at Oxford Plains. Mikey, we can see Brett Suggs returning and showing everybody that he still knows how to paint after a little bit of an absence here in the TCM Special Events. Brand new late model there, rocking a little dark purple color going out of that 33 car.
Moving around with a bit of purple, but 39 of these bad boys are going to be buying for the 150 here tonight in Oxford. It's Mike James calling live right up here in Newfoundland, Labrador. 115 kilometer winds. We could lose the power tonight in the tower, but hopefully we'll get through this tonight. 3 heats on the board. Better Call Sal. Ryan Salvatore from Daytona with me here tonight. Bro, great to have you. First time in the booth. This should be a good one here in Oxford. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, got to get through these heat races first, and that inside line is going to be pretty much the only place to be. See how many people can keep it on the bottom and try to avoid the front bumpers from the people behind them.
A lot of laps turned here in Oxford due to the TCM season just a year ago. So a lot of these drivers in Atlantic Canada, as well as Suggs and a couple of Americans peppered in here, have turned quite a bit of laps here. But here we go. Green flag, 15 on the board as we count them down. And it's all Suggs out front, 2 wide behind. But lots of activity here at the early sets. Is going to draw out our first caution as they get it dirty here in the heat races. That's going to bring in Paul Showtime Strickland Jr. for a little replay, a little Back to the Future. Better Call Sal.
A little Back to the Future here with the YRD, U-House Race Designs Instant Replay. Going to see if we can back this up and find out. Looks like the 35 car pointed in the wrong direction and stopped on the track. Check that. That's the 25 car. Josh Langill, it looks like 18 on the scoring grid, but the 25 on the car. And we'll pull up the replay here. You can see the flag man waving that green flag initially to get the race started. A little bit of contact there, sends him down around in a tizzy, and does a great job grabbing the brakes, not hitting anybody else or anything on the track. Good news there for the 25 car. We're going to have to restart in the back of the pack.
Yeah, just right out of the gate, just what we mentioned right at the beginning. Just getting in a little bit too hot, using that front bumper and turn them right around.
Was hoping that those logged in laps from the season before here at Oxford would keep it clean here at the beginning, but everybody vying for the big show here. 150 laps going to be on the board for the Oxford 150 here, presented by TCM. 39 cats in the studio here tonight. We are back to green flag, Sal.
Yeah, side by side, coming off of turn 2, and on the back. Got to try to get down to that bottom line as soon as they can. Try to knock off some of these laps and real quick.
Well, looking through the field, Brett Suggs, as well as Riley Duncan there in the P2. Chris Roma making up that 3rd position. And there's Ashton Tucker, one of the Pro Stock drivers. But we got the 2, Ashton Tucker, speaking of the devil, coming around. No caution, and caution is going to be called here on lap number 7. Paul, take us back.
A quick little replay here with the U-House Racing Designs Instant Replay. Great to have them on board. Shoot on over to U-House Racing Designs on Facebook. Lots of paint schemes, button boxes, all sorts of good stuff for sim racers by sim racers. Great to have them on board here at the network. And here you can see a couple of drivers going for a little piece of real estate. The 196 up into the back corner of the 2 car of Ashton Tucker. And again, got a little bit sideways. Didn't hit anything. Didn't hit any of the dirt piles down there, any other competitors on track, so good news there. Cadence Purcell, the only car to come down pit road in that 196 car.
Dirt piles, aka ramps here in Oxford. I can't believe Oxford being around since probably the 60s, early 60s. The Oxford 250 being one of the most popular events in North America. You got the Snowball Derby, the Oxford 250, the Chili Bowl, one of the classic short track races in North America. So great little track here, and exciting to see here in the heat races to knock them off here. But a lot of people are going to be sitting here tonight, Sal, only going to be taking a certain amount here.
I'm going to take the top 4 out of these, this heat, it looks like, and only 4 more laps to go, so we'll see who can grab it. Nice little battle for that 4th and final transfer spot, but we'll see if there's definitely going to be some bumpers here. Hurt feelings by the end of this.
Well, Johnny Gahan's going to slip in there in front of Nathan Langile. That's going to be the battle to watch here. 3 to go here. It's all Brett Suggs out front, followed by Riley Duncan, Chris Roma, and John Gahan, your top 4. And Nathan Langile sitting on the outside, taking a peek here, as well as Hallahan, as well as, I believe, that's Josh Langile, Nathan's brother back there.
Yep, it looks like we're going to be coming 2 to go, or coming to the white here. It's going to be tough coming to the white flag. It doesn't look like he's going to have enough time to get up there, but there is the consi, and that might be the way he's going to have to get into this.
Yeah, Langile about a half a second off here. White rag, white silk. Checkers are out for Brett Suggs, followed by Riley Duncan, Chris Roma, and Johnny Gahan. Your top 4 make it to the big show here tonight as they get set to stack up another one. Like you said, the rest of the field are going to go into the consi. And last chance for romance. Those are usually the goodie ones throughout the evening, so we'll look forward to that. But Langile's going to have a nice spot out front for the start of one of those consis. And here we go, heat race number 1 in the books. Getting set now for number 2. This one's going to have Cole Butcher as well as Noel Fougere. And on row number 2, that's Johnny Fitzpatrick and Tanton Woolridge. And I believe next up, that's Jason Ricker. He's going to have Todd Cousins paired up with him. Aiden Christensen will be up next, as well as Shane Coffin making his debut here in the TCM iRACING. Been talking about it for quite a bit, now making his debut. Next up, we got Dave Horton, and he'll have Craig Tully, and complete the field, that's Norman Hamilton to the field, to the rear. So I believe Ricker is the lone American in here. I don't know, Sal, have you raced with Ricker before?
Yes, I have. He is also one of the NEPS drivers who will be in the 250, the Oxford 250 with us tomorrow around 15 is our start time. But he's also from Maine, so he's very familiar with this track. He's very familiar with how to get around here. Starting on the inside, 5th, definitely going to be where he wants to be. Try to get up to that 4th and final transfer spot when we get there.
Well, we've seen some yellow cautions in heat race number 1, so he's going to want to stay away from some scrub skis here. But we are set to go here. Cole Butcher with the hammer for the start. Officially gone. Green, green, green. It is Noel Fougere to the outside. Side by side they go. 2 wide coming in there. Cole Butcher with the advantage on the bottom.
Yep, going turn 3. And they're trying to get side by side for that 4th spot. Ricker is showing, looking underneath, but we've got to see if he's going to keep some room, and a little bit of contact. Ricker gets away. It looks like he might stay green, though.
Yeah, little scrub skis here as they take the inside. 3 wide coming into this one, right behind Tanton Woolridge as Christensen, Pottle, and Cousins take off the gloves and go 3 wide here in Oxford, which is challenging 2 wide at best. 3 wide here, no caution on that one as we continue to go green. 10 to go here. It's all Cole Butcher, Noel Fougere, Johnny Fitzpatrick, and there it is, the NEPS guy. Jason Ricker making up that top 4. Tanton Woolridge on the outside looking in.
Yep, single file through the field right now, just clicking off laps, and being a small 3/8 mile, we're going to get through these pretty quick. Woolridge trying to get to the back bumper of Ricker as he tries to track him down into turn 3 here. Coming up with, I believe, about 8 more to go.
Yeah, about 3/10 off the pace right now. Woolridge behind Ricker. Still plenty of time. 8 to go here as they click him off. All green flag here in heat race number 2. Butcher in control of this one by about a half a second on Noel Fougere and the 36 team. Johnny Fitzpatrick about a second behind. So a little bit of Single file action going on, nothing too crazy right now, but some almost tight quarters now as Woolridge will bring it in within 0.2 of a second on Ricker.
Oh yeah, he is right up on that back bumper, just trying to do anything he can to try to get him off of the bottom, because that's where you got to make the magic happen. You got to get him off the bottom, try to dive it in there, and the closer we get to the end, the more aggressive he's going to be with that front bumper.
Great little paint scheme for John Ricker in the 9. Dan Woolridge, a young Bandolero driver out of Prince Edward Island. Very familiar with the iRACING series. Did an awesome job in the TCM Special Events throughout 2021. Looking for big things coming out of this camp in the future. The 56 should be looking to try to set up the 9. The 9 is going to have to be on defense. As we get to 3 to go here, Butcher about 0.6, 0.7 of a second on Fougere. He's going to be easy coasting into this one if it stays green. It'll be followed by Noel Fougere and Johnny Fitzpatrick. And then now Ricker coming within about just under 0.2 of a second on Fitzpatrick. The 9 wanting to make a move. He doesn't want to be in that 4th spot. Every spot is going to be closer to the front on the main event. So positions also priority right there. White flag, white rag. Final lap. Sal, what do you think? Does he got it?
You got to keep moving forward, or else you're going to start going backwards. And Ricker's got to try to get up there, get out of that bumper range. And it looks like he's just going to do it to be able to hold on to 4th to get that final transfer spot for heat number 2.
Just 0.1 of a second between the 3 of them. Fitzpatrick, Ricker, and Woolridge bringing it to the final, but it's going to be your top 4. Cole Butcher, Noel Fougere, Johnny Fitzpatrick, and John Ricker going into the main event here. The rest of the field going to end up into that last chance for romance. Tim Terry joining us here before we head into heat race number 3. Tim.
Hey, just wanted to let you guys know, you guys have already covered that we're taking 4 from each of these heats. I believe we've got 3 consies tonight, but with the way everything splits, there's 1 less heat, so we'll see how many come from each one. But excited to have this one on tonight. We've got a few viewers out there, so I want to say hello to everybody that's watching. I see Amber McDonald is watching, so I want to say hello to her. I don't know why Jesse's not on the grid, but nevertheless, this is, Paul, this is like, I feel like ACT. I feel like this is like the prelude to the 250, the G&G's Gift Oxford 250 coming up tomorrow for the NEP series. Paul, I feel like this is like the ACT or the MRS. This is the prelude to the big show.
Yeah, the prelude to the big show, the preliminary fight night here on a Saturday night, doing a little Saturday night special action here with Tim's Corner Motorsports here at Oxford Plains. And big fight field for the race tomorrow afternoon. Sunday afternoon racing returns here to Vidane TV. Going to be really excited to get that knocked off at 12:15 starting tomorrow afternoon. But before we get there, we got a handful of heat races, handful of consies, and a 150-lap feature here tonight.
Some big dogs in this one, Sal, and I'm just going to rewind that. Did Tim just hit on one of our fans, Amber, just earlier on, looking for a date here for tomorrow? We'll find out later on from Tim, but let's get into this one. Tune in next week. Amber, are you single? Next up on the board, Ryan Meza.
We're so getting fired.
Rational Richard Drake, you can't fire me. Mike Rhino, Bobby Hutchins, Craswell, Wade Craswell, McKenzie, Wright, Byron, Twinham, McDonald, Healy, Lund, and Hallett. But they're wrecking already. That's Rational Richard Drake getting some pretty good damage there, Sal. We're going to have to back the tape up.
Yeah, he got a little I think he might have got a little help there, and then just got smacked pretty good. So we'll hopefully be able to bang that out and try to rebound here and try to pick up as many spots as he can.
Paul, I believe that's the 77 of Bob Hutchins. That's called the Newfoundland Shuffle.
Is that what that's called? Taking a look at the YRD instant replay, and you can see right off the word go here, big time action all the way through this field. 2 and 3 wide around Oxford, and a couple of separate incidents there. You see the rational Richard Drake in the 141 pointed in the wrong direction after starting up in the top 4 or so, and pardon me, he's able to grab a gear, get going again. He's going to have to restart back in 10th.
I got a new t-shirt idea for Vidane TV. For all you folks listening in, Vidane TV does have a merchandise page. You can check out some of the swag that's out there, and also you can tip the announcers here tonight because we're not getting paid hell of enough to be here with you guys tonight, but we're here for the fun. But I got a new T-shirt idea. It was just a Shubski.
Just a little Shovsky.
I like the little part. Lil, L-I-L, Shubski. Get that printed.
Lil Shovsky. Well,
Lil
we're gonna see a lot
Shovsky.
of little Shovskys here tonight because that's kind of how you get around here at Oxford. But hopefully, just a little bump and run more so than crash and burn.
Here we go. Back to it again. 9 to go here. Ryan Messer and Rhino going at it on the front row. Mackenzie will fall into that P3. Johnny Byron, and on the outside here, that's going to be Corey Lund. But he's going to step back just a little bit as they reckon again. Still on the green. No caution just yet. They are going to pull it here for Ryan Twinham. But a little bit of a shot ski there. So there's another T-shirt. Let's start printing this stuff, man.
Got to start writing them all down. Ryan Twinham in the 08 car finding himself out of shape and out to lunch, going out to the beach there. And one of the turns there, you can see the contact between he and the blue and white car there. Kind of backing up into the beach, getting himself a good parking spot to watch the rest of the race. There you can see he grabs first gear and gets going once again. The good news is doesn't look like the damage too bad on that 08 car.
Nobody's making friends on this one, are they, Sal?
Just that's one of he saw the opening there on the bottom, tried to dive it in there because he was pick up the spot, but the door closes very quickly here at Oxford.
Well, keep an eye on row number 3. Rational Richard Drake now has moved up into the mid-pack here. He is now starting, I believe, on the outside of row number 3 in the 6th spot. He's going to have, I believe that's the Wright, Tony Wright on the inside.
Yep, and a good jump out of him. Going to drop down to that bottom in the 5th. Going to try to follow his way up in the 3rd here if they can, or up in the 4th if I can hold on. Blinking out a little bit there, but looks like he's got it. Top 5, all single file. It's going to be a good battle.
Oh, well, we got cars all over it again. That's going to draw out our 3rd caution. A couple of instances on this one. There was a little bit of a pre and then a post. So we'll see what happened here. Paul, take us back.
Getting all the TV time we can here for that U-House Racing Designs instant replay. And again, check those guys out on Facebook for sure. Facebook.com/U-House Racing Designs. We'll focus in here on the 89 car right on the start. A couple of different incidences, like you made mention here for the Celtic 89 car, and Bob Hutchins there on the outside. Looks like there's the initial contact. A little bit of a tap ski on the back bumper there. Gave him the old Teddy Christopher 1, 2, 3, and spins around there. You can see the 113 now coming across the nose of the 89 car and tried to get it sorted back out and gets into the 79 car, sends him down and around out into the beach. And the 028 comes on down on the bottom side. The 81 gets by okay. The 76 grabs a gear, gets through the dirt okay, and everybody's going to restart on the field once again. Looks like still having 12 cars in this one still. The 032, the first car, the 1 lap down. And Corey Hallett looks like the only car to have retired here in the heat race in the 157. So you're going to have to see him down in one of the Conti races here later on.
This one's going to be a green-white checkered here, Sal. And it's going to be a good one here as they count them down here. Ryan Messer in control of this one, but the 113 is going to be around. Final lap, they're going to let this one go. White rag, white silk. Checker's going to be coming out for Ryan Messer, Mike Rhino, and then also Johnny Byron, Rational Richard in the top 4. Bobby Hutchins on the outside by about half a second. What were your thoughts on that, Sal?
Oh, if you want to, I don't know if we can back that up, but coming off of turn 4, one of the cars that was spun out on the bottom tried to come back on the track right in front of the leaders. Almost got into 3rd place and 4th place there. That would have shaken up the field quite a bit there, but just enough to get away from it. That was almost a disaster there coming to the checker.
I'm sure race control was pulling their hair out of their heads. But now we are getting set for our first Consi. I'll see the last hooligan, or we got a couple of hooligan races coming up. What's your thoughts on real life races? Are the Consis one of your favorite races?
Yeah, they're a sight to see because you got a lot of cars that really want to get in there, but Usually consies are only taking a couple. So it's a lot of hurt feelings in the consi races to try to get up to those final couple spots.
Sal, we're going to be generous tonight on the consies. We're going to take 6 from each of these 2 consies. 2 consies tonight.
6. Ooh.
6. That means 7's going to be sitting. Did I do the math on that right? Yeah, that's correct. Oh, yeah. Hooked on Phonics worked for Mike. This one's going to be Nathan Langell on the front row. He's going to have Bobby Hutchins in the 77. And that is Aiden Christensen on the inside of row number 2. Josh Langell will pair up with him. Todd Cousins as well as Tony Wright will be in the next row. Noah Healy will have, I believe, if I'm correct, that's Scott Negus. That's one of your boys. Is that correct?
No, I do not recognize that name.
Cadence Frizzell, Dave Horton, Norman Hamilton, and Aiden McDonald. So all, I believe, Canadians in this one.
Yep, the only 2 I believe that are in this event tonight that are going to be racing again tomorrow are Jason Ricker, who made it through in 1 heat, and Ryan Messer, who won heat number 3.
Messer, there you go. Well, here we go. Start of this one. Hutchins on the outside, Langell on the inside. Both Langells in this one. Nathan Langell as well as Josh, both brothers, vying for the big show. Top 6 going to be making it to the 150. Green flag is in the air. Langell with a great jump as Hutchins going to try to tuck in here. But that's Christensen closing the gate. He's going to take that P2. Hutchins got to drop to the bottom.
Yep, top 5 already, single filed out. When you're taking 6, you're all right being top 5 single file. Try to get this race done as quick as possible. And that 6th spot is the one that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to try to hold on. Noah Healy has it, and there's a couple cars side by side behind him that definitely want it.
100% with only 12 laps on the board, 11 to go here. These are going to quickly click off here, but the 96 is going to go for a ride here. He gets assistance from 2 cars. That's going to send him to the infield. Still green flag. They are going to draw the caution out of here on lap number 10, but a couple of cars assisting the 96 around.
A little bit of bumper car action here at Oxford Plains. Almost got to see the first ramp jump of the night on 196 bumping into one of those light pole barriers there, but a little bit of contact. A couple of drivers going for the same piece of real estate here at Oxford. Tight track, 0.38 miles around this oval here, and granted, not a lot of wall space going around all the way around the racetrack, but everybody looking for some surface area here. There you can see the contact, a little bit of a bump ski around the back. 73 gets a tag in there. Almost ramps up the hill, but gets that thing stopped just in time for the caution flag to come out.
Maybe we could just do a whole bunch of stuff like bump ski, shot ski, shove ski, whiskey.
Vidane TV, ski.
We loves the whiskey.
We loves the whiskey. Vidane TV always reminds you to drink responsibly. Green flag out, 8 laps to go. We're already sideways.
Stop it.
Oh, we're sideways again. There we go.
Let's go back to that caution.
Yeah, roll that beautiful
flag.
caution. Oh, yeah, still green. Nathan Lanzow holding on to it in the 3 car out front. How about that?
And if you're looking for a lawyer, you better call Sal.
No legal advice here. Don't want to get anybody else in trouble, but yeah, looks like we're still green. We got one into the sand on the infield though, out of the way, so we're going to stay green. It looks like single file. Pretty much everyone's kind of spread out a little bit. We're going to have a good battle here for 6 here in a minute though, for that last transfer spot.
Just past the cross flags, 5 to go here. It's all Nathan Langell out front. Aiden Christensen, Bobby Hutchinson, and now the 81's going to come around. Several cars having troubles with traction. That's going to bring out the caution here with 5 to go. We should probably bring it down to a green-white checker, but we'll see what Paul has for us.
And this is a big one here. The 81 of Noah Healy spinning out of 6th place, spinning out of the transfer spot. Doesn't look like he had much help. The 9 car up in behind, and you can see just loses the back end of the race car, sends that Camry on into a spin, taps that dirt pile right there, and he's going to grab a gear, get going once again. But that's going to be a long way to go. Going to have to restart 10th now. Last car in line here with a green-white checkered, and the final opportunity, or one of the final opportunities to get into this race. And that's going to be tough to try and refocus after wrecking out of 6th place.
Healy trying to get up over the dirt pile, trying to send it there, but he's going to get all sorted out here. Young Bandolero driver, graduating hopefully, I believe, into something else in the future in 2022 here at Eastbound. Young Newfoundlander, also a Bandolero champion. So took the big championship in 2021. Congratulations to him. A couple of Newfoundlanders peppered here tonight. Bob Hutchins, I believe, Noah Healy, and as well as Shane Coffin and lone lady here tonight, Chantel Pottle. And if I'm missing someone, shoot me.
Taking a peek up front, always cool to see them. Well, that was interesting. Bring that caution back out.
And let's go back to you, Paul.
They were jockeying for position going down the backstretch. Someone was trying to get to the inside. I don't know if they were supposed to be there or not. And the car that was on the inside didn't want to give it up. So we talked about how important that inside is. And Paul, let's see how that all went around there.
Yeah, going to pull up the iRACING Designs instant replay once again here, and we'll take a look, focusing on that the 05 car, and you'll see right here from the start, the 73 wanted to get going a little bit on the early side, so we're 3 wide here for the start. Just about a little bit on the tough side. 73 just gets into the right left side corner panel. The 05 car sends him down and around. So that's a tough break rather. She was up in the top 5. Who let the dogs out?
My wife.
Green flag out once again. There's the 3-car Lindsay holding on to it. Christensen up in 2nd. Bobby Hutchins, Todd Cousins in 4th, and we're under caution again.
He's just whacking that yellow flag here tonight.
I don't think he stopped waving that thing yet.
Let's play some knockoff Metallica.
Play us out. Take a look here once again. See if we can rewind the tapes here. Getting all the marbles out of this rewind button here tonight. Looks like the what other cars? The 06 car looks like potentially pointed in the wrong direction, sliding up. It's going to be the 25 car. And it's tough with these guys because a little bit different with the timing and scoring. Some of the cars are different numbers than they are. Ooh, there's some big contact. Noah Healy making a little bit of contact with that 25 car. And you can see Bobby Hutchins in the 77. A little bit of a tap. 25 goes around. Big contact. Noah Healy coming in the 81. T-bone in the 25. But able to get down and around. And going to be going green flag racing here at some point.
Let's go to shake things up here as this is the 3rd caution in a row here. Bang, bang, bang. Let's get this one over with. We still have one more concert to go. Top 6 going to the big show. It's the TCM Special Event here, the Oxford 150. A little prequel to the Oxford 250. That's going to happen tomorrow, I believe, with the NEPS series. But we are off the green flag. Sal, can they get it done here with 2 laps on the go? It's Nathan Langell with the hammer. He gets control of this one. Aiden Christensen, Todd Cousins, as well as Norman Hamilton, Dave Horton, and the other Josh Langell, your top 6. Frizzell on the outside. 3 wide.
And that's how it's going to end with the white flag already coming out. We're not going to get a yellow, but using the bumper turn 4, that's how you get that last transfer spot.
3 wide. Josh Langell hitting the button for automatic tow. Not happy with that final placement. Frizzell going to make his way into the final here. Cadence Frizzell in the 196. He's going to make it to the big show. It's going to be Nathan Langell, Aiden Christensen, Todd Cousins, Dave Horton, Norman Hamilton, and as well as Frizzell. So that's your top 6. One more last chance for romance, a hooligan race, or consi, whatever you want to call it, Sal. We got one more goodie before we go to that 150.
And it actually looks like Cadence Frizzell got a black flag there by race control, so it looks like he actually got booted from making the show. So the
I think
sixth
they
spot,
scored the 7th spot to Healy, so maybe Noah Healy, the youngster from Newfoundland and Labrador, will make it to the show just after all. So that's a big shake-up there, Sal.
yeah, I think Josh Langell, I see on the iRacing is listed as. We'll have to see how they end up
Scored.
working out when we get to the feature, but we still have one more consi before we get there.
Well, here we go. Tampa Woolridge earlier on was on the outside looking in, and he's going to find himself in the consi here in position number 1. Tyler Hallahan as well. This one's going to be Chantel Puddle on the inside. She's going to have Ryan Twinham. And then we have as well Wade Craswell. He'll have Carpenter there, Quentin Carpenter in the next row. Craig Tolley as well as Carter. Christopher Carter's there. Kenny McKenzie in the 9th spot. And as well as Vitch, Daniel Vitch is there. And on this one, Shane Coffin, Tufts, Lund, and Hallett. 14 vying for 6 spots here in the final consi. Tam Woolridge out in control of this one by a couple of car lengths. And look at that, Pottle is trying to sit in there. Oh, it's going to get tight.
Yep, doubling up 2x2, going through the field about 5th on back. They're definitely going to be pushing nice and hard. So far, a little bit cleaner as one of them spins down on the pit road, but I think we're going to stay green here.
Keep an eye on that 4th spot, Chantel Pottle on the outside. Lone Lady here tonight doing a great job on the outside.
Craig Tolley in 6th, holding on to the last transfer. Too wide in front of him, too wide behind him. Nowhere to go. This is going to get
scandalous.
We're going to might find a couple Shovskis here.
Shovskis, Shotskis, whiskey, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be Tangley back there in the mid-pack for that 6th spot. Chantel Pottle still on the outside, now in that 6th spot. Now moving to the 7th. Kenny McKenzie on the inside now. And Pottle still on the outside, falling far behind. Needs to get to the bottom, like I said earlier on. But that single file line on the bottom is going to be tight here. Chantel Pottle finally making her way to the inside. That's going to bring her back 6 spots. So now finding herself in 8 spots and a lot of work to go in 8 laps to go.
A lot of work, but being single file, 1 yellow is all it would take to change it all up again. We got one kind of blinking in and out, and that was the 6th place car. So I don't know if he got disconnected, but looks like we may have a new 6th place in Caden Tufts.
Tufts is going to have Tully out front looking at the scoring here. Just about a 1/10 of a second in the difference. Pretty tight racing back there behind Tully. I know you don't want to be that 6th spot because it's just a target on your back in this last chance for romance hooligan race. 6 to go, and we are now down to 5. So past the halfway mark, they're clipping them off. It's all Tam Woolridge out front by over a 1.25 seconds. Twinham in that P2, Hallahan in P3, Carpenter in 4th, Tully in 5th, Caden Tufts now in that 6th spot. But looking at the 5 machine of Pottle, the lone lady here tonight from Newfoundland and Labrador, now on the outside taking a peek in. She looked good at the beginning, but she got stuck to the outside. Bit of work. Now she's in the infield. She's up and over her lid as she hits the dirt pile. A little ramp ski on the inside. Still under green, but poor Chantel Pottle, she just nitro circus that and dukes a hazard into the infield. 2 to go here, Sal. What do you think?
Oh, that was definitely something we'll have to see again because she caught that dirt mound just perfect to go around for a ride.
Didn't it?
But we've got a little bit of battle. Even these cars that are still in the show, gonna try to make it a little interesting. Tufts still holding on to the last spot, but Craswell moving right up on his bumper with 1 to go.
Way out wide, white rag, white silk, final lap, final quarters here. Tam Woolridge coming to the checkers. It's going to be Ryan Twinham, Hallahan, Carpenter, Tully, and Tufts. Craswell on the outside. Checkers, flags here. Wow, what a finish here. Craswell trying to get in there, but loses by just under a bumper as you see him on the infield, on the outside there. That is going to conclude our qualifying here for the TCM Oxford 150 here tonight. Thanks for joining us here in Tim's Corner Motorsports and Vidane TV. I'm Mike James from The Rock. I got my good friend Ryan Salvatore from Daytona Beach. Bro, man, it's exciting to have you here. Awesome prequel to what we expect tonight.
Absolutely. Nice hard racing. That's kind of what we expect here at Oxford. A lot of bumpers, a lot of hurt feelings, and I'm sure we haven't stopped having either of those for this race that's about to be coming up.
Well, we had 39 vying for the 150 here tonight, and that's going to bring them down to, I believe, if my math is correct, we have 4, 4, 4. That's 12 plus 12, 24 cars. Man, look at that. You wouldn't believe that I went to university. But 24 in it's almost the who's who here. A couple of NEPS guys, some Maritime Pro Stock guys. We also have some Newfoundland Labrador eastbound racers in here. So a bit of a mix of top contenders here from the sim here tonight for the Oxford 150.
Yep, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be some fun. It'll be a lot of what you're going to see here. It's going to be a lot of what you're going to see tomorrow. Also, like I said, a lot of bumpers. Hopefully we can get some green flag in here as well. This track, they shouldn't need to take any pits tonight. We will definitely have some tomorrow, but that back road pit definitely makes things a lot more tough. But that's why being up front is kind of qualifying up front is going to be a big deal. But hopefully these guys don't have to worry about it and we can have some good racing.
Well, no messing around. We're going to go straight into this. Here is your 24 qualified racers. Sitting on the pole here tonight in the 33 machine, Brett Suggs from the United States, North Carolina. He'll have Cole Butcher, Maritime Pro Stock champion, to the outside of row number 1. Ryan Messer on the inside of row number 2. He'll have Riley Duncan. On the inside of row number 3, then 36, Noel Fougere will have Mike Rhino. And Chris Roma, Johnny Fitzpatrick will make up the next row. John Gahan, Ashton Tucker, Johnny Byron, Rational Richard Drake, Bobby Hutchins, Jason Ricker, Cadence Frizzell, Tanton Wolvers, Nathan Langell, Wade Craswell, Aiden Christensen, Ryan Twinham, Todd Cousins, Tyler Hallahan, Tony Wright, Dave Horton, Quentin Carpenter, Kenny McKenzie, and as well, Craig Tully and Norman Hamilton. And I think I just messed that. Oh, yeah. Tufts and Josh Langell. There's the answer right there that we were looking for. Josh Langell is going to make the show.
Yep, we got it. And we got a couple of them. Looks like taking it well. We got to back, try to avoid some of this
calamity.
It's going to be calamity at the beginning. They're going to try to have to shove ski their way through the field here. About 150 laps, plenty of time.
Hooked on Phonics worked so well for us. We're making words up here in the booth here tonight on a little Saturday night action. Saturday night's all right for fighting. Saturday night's all right for TCM. Brett Suggs with the green flag.
And it's a giddy. It's all Suggs right now. Cole Butcher slides in there. Very calm and collected for the top 5. Too wide there for P6.
Yep, 2 wide 6. It looks like Chris Roma and Mike Rhino on the outside of him. Coming off of turn 2, trying to get that drive off. It's a little tough on the top, but they're going to try to get single file and click off as many of these laps as they can.
Johnny Fitzpatrick and Rational Richard Drake getting it done back there, trying to pick up some spots, but Rhino on the outside. But look at this, Johnny Byron going all the way to the back. I know Mike Rhino was trying to get to the bottom there, right? And Johnny Byron was there, but we'll see the full tape here as Paul Showtime Strickland Jr. takes us back in time. Have a peek at what happened to Johnny Byron.
Looking at the old 57 car here on the U-House Racing Designs Instant Replay focus in. There you can see the side-by-side battle between Byron and Rhino and a little bit of contact there between the 35 and the 57. And you can see losing the back end of the race car, just losing his focus a little bit in the 57, getting spun almost all the way around, but does a good job holding on to it. Shakes it back and forth, makes sure he knocks all the tires, knocks the dirt off those front tires. He's going to see if he can rejoin the field here. It's going to be a tough row to hoe, though. Restarting here in 22nd out of the 24-car field.
Well, just over 4 laps completed here. 5 will be gone here under caution. First caution of the afternoon. Sally, you got any favorites here tonight?
Yeah, I'm keep looking at Messer, and I know might be a little biased because he is a NEPS guy racing in there tomorrow, but he looked good in the heat race. He was able to keep it off, keep kind of drive away a little bit, starting third. It helps. Now he's still in third, but that's not a bad spot to be early in the race. So as long as he can keep it on the bottom and just kind of avoid the issues up at the beginning, I think he'll be there at the end.
I'd like to see Bob Hutchins, a veteran of the dirt track here in Newfoundland and Labrador, to come up through the field. He's about halfway, mid-pack here. But, you know, Brett Suggs, you got to count Brett Suggs into the mix here. Should be one to watch as they wreck here on lap number 7. Still under green flag as they get it controlled here. Dave Horton will straighten it out and rejoin the field here. 8 laps completed. Suggs and Butcher out front.
Yeah, got Noah Fougere up to 4th. He's another one to watch. He's been winning quite a bit lately. Got up in the 5th, got around Duncan. But we're single file, looks to be about 20 deep, and just going to try to click off some laps here.
Hard charges here tonight. Aiden Christensen picking up 6 spots since the beginning. Started in the 15th spot, now finding themselves in the top 10, a P9 for Aiden Christensen. Also on the move, Todd Cousins in the 12th spot. And very close quarters with Bobby Hutchins going toe-to-toe right now. That is 5 spots for him as well. And look at this, Caden Tufts already picking up 9 spots as well.
Yep, we got Jason Ricker moving up to 7th just a second ago. Aiden Christensen and John Gahan going to battle. Looks like Gahan got a little bit of help moving outside, so he's going to try to get to that bottom before this line of cars all try to use the bottom, and it looks like he's going to slot in right around the 10th spot.
I'm going to have to take back my bet here. Bob Hutchins is not even in this race.
Oh, man. I didn't want to say anything because I wanted to make sure I could win the bet.
The Apex Racing timing thing has been messed the last little bit. I don't know what's going on, Paul, but anyways, my screen still shows Bob Hutchins in 12th spot, but it's okay.
Well, we got hooked on phonics tonight. We're gonna have to set you up with a hooked on race cars trademark. Vidane TV. Don't steal my ideas.
Another T-shirt.
Another T-shirt. Another one. www.vidane.shop.
Everybody knows the rules. 1 bite.
Yep, and we got one that just went a lap down, but everyone else still 23 cars on the lead lap. Just trying to click them off one at a time. Still single file, which will be through the field though.
And Dave Horton, the first car to go 1 lap down there. They're in 73. 2 Brett Suggs, the leader in the 33. But for how long? Ryan Messer, the new second-place driver, getting that 1 car up in the 2nd position. Now he's all over the back bumper of that purple number 33. Brett Suggs trying to hold on. Ryan Messer wants that lead.
Messer, a pro stock driver here in Atlantic Canada. One of the top contenders. It is one of the favorites here tonight from Sal. Had a wicked simulator career in 2021. He earned the TCM Special Events. Looking sharp. Lots of pressure on the back bumper of that 33 at Brett Suggs. Suggs will probably let him go if he feels that he's a little bit quicker and not tear up the 33. Suggs being a chess player here in the TCM Special Events, as well as several other top simulator leagues throughout North America. From North Carolina, Charlotte, Brett Suggs Racing. Definitely one to watch here tonight and see what happens here as that one applies more pressure to the back bumper of that 33.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to give up the lead, though. You definitely want to have that bottom and have that control of the restarts, and there's probably going to be a few more. But Messer usually likes to be a little bit more aggressive earlier in the races, and I can definitely see him trying to push the issue, try to get up that top spot. But he's got to be careful because you don't. Yes, it's 150, but you don't want to abuse the tires where you don't have very much. If we do get these late yellows, to try to hold off that outside.
It's incredible what iRacing does for these tracks and how accurate they are on the track. But one thing that I find frustrating is the lip in the corners. We've seen so often a little shove ski from the back bumper, and then you get into that lip, and then next thing you know, you're flying across the infield. Very dangerous for close quarter racing sometimes. Suggs trying to hang on here as Ryan Messer, like you said, a little aggressive, wanting that lead away and trying to coast one home here tonight. Will they go the distance? We talked earlier about pit road strategy. Will they have enough fuel to get to the 150?
Yeah, I believe these supers usually pack it in pretty good. And being a small track, I think we'll be all right there. I don't believe anybody would trade the track position for tires. That's a gamble here. And as you mentioned, that curb on the inside, most of these tracks on iRacing don't have that like big curb. A lot of tracks will use the apron to try to get the thing turned. But with this lip, if you catch that lip, it puts your car out of shape and you start pushing up the track, and that is exactly how the car behind you can get under you very easily.
And as we just seen, Ryan Messer, just a little slight touch off of that curb. Just a gnarly track here in Oxford. Beautiful track, lots of history. I'm sure you've turned quite a few laps here, Sal.
Not as many as I'm going to do tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'll have more laps on this track than the rest of since I've been on iRacing, but that hasn't been that long, so I'm not embarrassed.
We got a couple of NEPS racers here tonight, Jason Ricker, as well as one of our Maritime Pro Stock racers, Ryan Messer's in that league. Take us through what NEPS is and how long it's been running.
NEPS is the New England, Pennsylvania Shift Marketing and Design Grand National Series, as we got some spinners in the turn one, and looks like that's going to be the yellow. As Paul grabs that, I'll just finish real quick. We race all over. A lot of them are from the Northeast, but we have one lone Canadian, Brent Roy, who did not decide to run tonight. I don't know why. I don't know. He usually runs these TCM events, but Paul, let's see what happened there.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that and take a quick peek here at the U-House Racing Design instant replay. The Goose Island 08 getting up in that curbing there, getting the car out of shape. We just talked about that a few laps ago. Got pushed up just a little bit, and as he tried to come back down, another race car driver was there. So you can see getting spun on around. No damage, though. That's a good thing here without all the walls around the outside. So it's tough to hit anything that's not there. But the 08 car going to have to restart towards back for Ryan Twinham.
I just got another t-shirt idea, Paul. We need a picture of a grenade and put the pin back in.
Put the pin back in it.
Put the pin in it.
Put the pin in it.
In and out. In or out.
It's great to see these guys. We made mention earlier on tonight, little prelim fight night, Saturday night fight night here at Oxford Plains. The big show tomorrow, or the big show here tonight, 150 laps, and then a bigger show tomorrow, the 250, the Oxford 250, brought to you by Grand National Greg's Gift. And one of the things that we really want to make mention when you get the opportunity to check out really any social media outlet, just do a quick search for the hashtag Racing for GNG and just see how many lives that Mr. Peters has touched, both on the racetrack and off the racetrack. Unfortunately lost his battle to cancer here a few months ago, and big fan and a big friend of Vidane TV and the NEPS drivers and really everybody involved in motorsports in the Northeast here. So looking forward to tomorrow night. The NEPS guys always put on one heck of a show, just like the heck of a show we're seeing here tonight from all these TCM Special Event drivers. A little doubleheader action on a weekend at a short track. Not something we usually do here at Vidane TV, but pretty excited for. We got some racing action tonight to get us all warmed up and primed and ready to rock and roll for the show at high noon tomorrow.
High noon. We had Tim for just a little bit, Sal, but he decided to duck right on out as we get set to go back to green flag racing. 35 laps completed of the 150. Suggs with Messer in the front. Keep an eye on the 53. Cole Butcher trying to hold on to that position. Messer going to try to tuck in here, and he will do that. Noel Fougere still on the outside. This is going to be wild coming into the corner. Several rows too wide. Who will try to get to the bottom?
Yeah, I'm just on that restart. That's kind of what you do. You're second. You try to hope that leader gets such a good jump you can just follow right in behind him. But You got Butcher in third, Rhino up to fourth, Fougere stuck on the outside. Going to try to get to the bottom, and if you can't get there, you will start going back very quickly.
Roma protecting the inside on Noel Fougere. Side by side to continue. I think he's going to have to give this up to Roma, but look at this. The field is still continuing to come. Fougere will eventually drop to the bottom. Ricker right behind now as they continue to go too wide behind Ricker. Lots of activity mid-pack.
Yep, Ricker up in the 7th. Caden Tufts up in the 8th. Started, I believe, 24th. So he's got to be up the biggest movers here. 16. Oh, we got one flipping over the pile. This is going to be a mess.
Yeah, I was impressed how they hung on to it, but it was still continuing to go. That was the 3. I believe that was one of the Landjaw boys. But we'll get a full-on replay of this. We kind of got to bring it back a little bit more, Paul. I want to see before that caution, man, what a save they had. There was a lot of calamity going on through the field.
Lots of calamity going on. These guys were wrecking for about a lap and a half here before we finally got pointed in the wrong direction. So we'll back this up. We're going to take a look at the Choppa. Look at the top left of your screen. There's a contact between the 3 right in front of Johnny Fitzpatrick, and you'll see where there's smoke, there's usually race cars pointed in the wrong direction, and you should see that coming up here. There's the smoke, and here's the contact with all the rest of the field here. 24 car does an awesome job getting that thing saved 3 or 4 times. There's Whittant Woldridge making some contact with the 3 car. Don't worry, we're going to take another look at that for sure. You can see lots of action all the way around this racetrack, and man, oh man, it hasn't picked up a nickname as the world's fastest parking lot for nothing. Here's a little contact between the 3 and the 24 once again. A little more contact between the 3 and the 24. And they went 4 wide there for a second. There's that awesome save by the 24. The 3 loses it. Woo!
Oh, Dan Woolridge.
Man, oh man.
Tully really just escaped that by a hair. Craig Tully, as well as Rational Richard Drake earlier on at the beginning of that offset. But that was just wild here on lap number 43. We're here live at the TCM Special Event, the Oxford 150. I'm Mike James from Eastbound International Speedway up here on the Rock, and I got my good friend Ryan Salvatore, a.k.a. Better Call Sal, from Daytona Beach. Thanks for joining us here tonight, folks. We would like to know where you call for, who you're cheering on here tonight. If you're also single and you're a lady and you want to date with Tim Terry, we're also taking requests.
Yeah, I hear he's buying daiquiris after the show, so line him up.
Hey, anybody's going to buy strawberry daiquiris, it works.
We kid because we care most of the times.
Always. I've been trying to set him up with a Newfoundland lady forever. Just has not happened. Tried to import him to the Rock, but a little bit of activity behind the number 9, Jason Ricker, as they 2 wide there. We got a car to the infield here. That was that Matt?
I believe that might have been the 9 car of Norman Hamilton coming down pit road. Made mention earlier, Sal, that backside pit road, a little bit squirrely, a little bit different. It's almost got a bend to it, and Josh Langill having some issues coming down pit road as well here, I think. Nope, back out on track, so little connection issue there. But Brett Suggs, Cole Buschert still holding on, Ryan Messer in 3rd, Roma and Rhino the top 5. Kind of a who's who here in the TCM Special Events, running up towards the front.
Well, 22 cars on the lead lap. Hamilton down 3. Aiden Christensen now down 5. He's done for the afternoon. Or nope, my apologies. He's still out there, but down 5 laps after repairing some damage there. Sal, 53. Cole Butcher looking fairly decent there in that P2.
He was a good restart there and get under Messer going into turn 1. Was able to get the 2nd spot. Messer luckily found a spot in between and was able to get to the bottom. Happy to ride back in 3rd right now because, again, restart in 3rd, you keep the bottom. So, but we got the first, about 15 cars that are all lined up in single file, and then the battle for 15th and 14th is the first one with Cousins and Wood.
Well, 51 gone. 1/3 of the way here. We see Ryan Messer applying lots of pressure, now getting comfortable in that P3, logging some green flag laps. Let's check in on the board. Who's the hard chargers? Caden Tufts, the 88, finding himself up 17 spots. Craig Tully up 13 spots since the beginning of this one. Also, Quentin Carpenter taking 7 spots since the start. So a couple of movers here, a couple of shakers. Jason Ricker picking up 5 spots since the beginning as well. So the 9 of Jason Ricker finding himself in a P6 currently.
With a pressure from Caden Tufts in the 7th, trying to look underneath, trying to get behind him. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting lucky when the caution's called to be on that inside line. If you can get that a couple in a row, you'll definitely pick up 5, 6 spots pretty quick. But on the track, it's a little tougher to pick him up once it gets strung out like this. So he's going to put some pressure on the backside, try to see if he can't make lead 9 make a mistake, and try to capitalize on it.
And we can't have a Tim's Corner Motorsports super late model special event here without a Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing race car design appreciation moment. Take a look at that 88 car of Caden Tufts. That is an absolute gorgeous paint scheme. Flat black with the chrome blue, just beautiful, beautiful paint scheme put together by Brett Suggs for his team there. 88 car doing the best he can, having a great run. 17 spots gained on the night, running in 7th with plenty of time to get that position better, as we've got less than 100 laps to go here at Oxford. But beautiful race cars all the way around, still relatively straight too. No damage on that car, no sheet metal bent in, and no duct tape yet.
I'm kind of digging the 9 Jason Rickers. Look sort of like the Kyle Busch NOS colors, but a little funky. I'm kind of digging it. The 9 actually a little bit of different design to the font, but pretty slick looking car for Jason Ricker of the NEPS series. Now finding himself in a P6 as he tries to get around Mike Rhino. Chris Roma doing a great job, finds himself in a P4 position, has picked up quite a few spots since the beginning of this one. Always a pleasure to see Chris Roma out here on these special events. Knows how to throw down some quick laps here at Oxford.
He's right in the back of Ryan Messer, another NEPS guy, but he's trying to see if he can figure out a way to get around him there. And it's going to be important, because if he can get up to the 3rd spot, if there is a restart, it's going to get you a lot of good opportunities to try to get up front and challenge for that win.
Yeah, these restarts to the outside are definitely a bum, because, you know, you got to get to the inside here at Oxford, and if it's well protected, it could get really bad really fast. We've seen several drivers, such as Chantel Pottle earlier on in the last chance qualifier, lose 6 spots just being on the outside on those restarts. So taking a peek right now, it's going to be Brett Suggs going all the way out front by about 4 or 5 car lengths, and now it's going to be a little bit of pressure here. Ryan Messer, a little scrub ski on the back of Butcher. He's going to come to the inside, side by side. Roman's going to come in. Butcher's going to go to the back here. Oh, baby, it's going to get wild here on lap number 65.
Oh, yeah. Again, if you're not moving forward here, you are going backwards, and that's exactly where Butcher is. All of a sudden, he was in 2nd. He was good. He was just riding. One little move up the track, and now he's back in 5th. So I'm making it happen just like that.
I don't know if it was maybe that curb on the inside, a little tap ski from Ryan Messer, but whatever it was definitely an upset of the balance on the 53 to shove him all the way back to the 5th spot, losing 3 spots very fast to Messer, Roma, and Rhino.
If it wasn't the curb, if it wasn't tap ski, I guarantee he will remember that and repay that in a little bit. About 83 laps left. He's not going to forget if he gets back to the bumper of Messer.
Well, you know, since the beginning of this pandemic, Cole Butcher was a little bit late ski on the iRACING. I probably was involved with it quite a bit, but was not involved as heavy as some of the other racers like Ryan Messer and that. But man, has he ever done a great job here in the sim. Cole Butcher, the 53, has an incredible young career. From the Maritime Pro Stock Tour to also running at the Snowball Derby down in the United States, who, you know, picked up a podium finish here in 2021. So another one to watch here tonight. He's got, I believe, Caden Tufts, the 88, on the back bumper. Lots of single final actions. They logged some green flag laps, 71 completed. Getting close to the halfway mark here, Sal.
Yep, halfway. It's going to come up to 3 or 4 laps. Brett Suggs kind of pulling away a little bit, and good 10, 12 car lengths up in the lead, but second. Looks like Roma's trying to look to the bottom, and he's going to get underneath the Messer here, coming off of turn 2, trying to drag the race down the back. Get underneath. Mike Rhino going to try to stay under there, try to keep his way up into third. And Messer, if he was smart, would back it off a little bit and just tuck right back in line, so he can get back to the bottom and fight another day, and that's what he's going to do.
Well, he's going to have Cole Butcher to the back. I'm not sure if there was any contact earlier on, but we see the exact same thing happen to Cole Butcher, happened to Ryan Messer. Got a little a bit out of shape and lost momentum on the inside, found himself to the outside. Roma and Rhino tandemly going by Ryan Messer, now finding 2 top contenders in the 4th and 5th spot. Chris Roma now setting his sights on Brett Suggs, but Suggs has over a second and a half on the rest of the field.
Once you are the faster car, once you're able to clear that guy that's been holding you up, you can just kind of set sail and kind of go at your pace and just kind of catch back up to the cars in front, and that's what Roman did. He's gotten clear of the people that were holding him up, and now he's going to try to run down Suggs. Rhino, see a little gap there as well. They're just going to try to keep moving forward here, but still plenty of laps to go as we're just about halfway. A lot of time for something to change.
Definitely tons of time here with about 72 laps to go here. Roma picking up quite a bit here now on Mike Rhino, picking up over 0.6 of a second and closing that gap just subtly on Brett Suggs. Suggs still over a second on the rest of the field, so a little bit of separation between 1, 2, and 3. Ryan Messer sitting back there about 2.5 seconds off the pace, so tire wear possibly making a factor here. 4th caution's out here. And lap number 79, not sure what happened. It was not on the field of vision, but we're going to bring in Paul to bring us back. Will we see pit road activity on this one? Paul, take us back.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see what goes down here with the pit stops. Taking a look at the lap times, these drivers about 5/10, about a half a second slower than they were when they started off this evening. So we'll see if any of these drivers elect to come down. It looks like everybody but Chris Roma coming down to get tires, at least 2 tires here on the stop here. And we're going to back this up just a little bit, and we see Jason Ricker finding himself just a little bit out of shape. We'll take a peek here, and then we'll try and close in on the pit stops, but focus in on Ricker there, the 9 car. Coming across the start-finish line there, you see Tully getting a little bit of a bump ski there from Fougere, and the 9 car Ricker actually does a great job at getting that RCAM setup shop car stopped in time. No damage on the front of the Camry, so he's going to live to fight another day, and we're going to take a look at how these drivers came off pit road, because it looks like everybody but 2 came down for at least 2 tires.
Just check it in online. Chili Bowl, the last night of the Chili Bowl tonight, Float Racing. What's going on? Have you been following, boys?
A little bit. So, there's a couple. I know Rico Abreu earlier in the week won his heat. Larson won. There were quite a few people. I think Christopher Bell won the last chance, or the B Main last night to get into the final, I believe. I've seen it here and there. Haven't really been too close attention.
And I believe earlier on I was looking in Ryan Newman making an appearance at the Chili Bowl, which is absolutely incredible.
Well, yeah, this restart here though, this is going to be a little interesting because we're gonna have some shakeups. I think there might be some twos, some fours. Chris Roma, Todd Cousins are the top 2. Quentin Carpenter, Caden Tufts, who I believe did come down pit road, along with Messer in 5th. Woolridge 6th, Rhino 7th, Suggs 8th, who came in 1st. I'm going to restart on row 4. So this will be interesting. I think, 4th and 5th are the first ones with tires. I'm not sure if it's 2 or 4, but definitely going to make this second half interesting.
100%. We'll have traction on lap times here. Old Goodyears versus new, but got a feeling it's going to make a difference here With just 65 to go here, fourth caution of the evening as part of the TCM Oxford 150 special event. A prequel to the NEPS 250 tomorrow right here at Oxford. Tune in tomorrow night. Pace car has exited. Here comes Chris Roma, first time with the hammer. He is your leader, and wow, the field is going to cut him in half. It's going to be the bologna in the sandwich as Roma goes all the way back. They're definitely going to be wrecking on this one.
Yeah, it looked like the outside line started to go before Roma did, and then when Roma tried to get going, he got hit, and then they're still wrecking. Oh, that was just a whole big mess.
What a pile. We're going to have to go back, Paul, to the start of that one to have a peek of what went down with Mr. Roma.
U-House Racing Design Instant Replay. Might have to take a look at this one from a couple of different angles because a lot of calamity all the way through the field right off the restart. There's a little bit of bumper car action between Ricker, between Suggs. There's some smoke. The all-black car down on the bottom side. That was all good. We kept going. There's some contact between the 33 and the 9. Here comes Cole Butcher. He wants a piece. The Riley Duncan machine of the 97. He wants some. Rational Richard Dake's in there. The 016 put in the wrong direction. It's Quentin Carpenter there as well. Everybody grabs a gear, gets going, gets pointed in the right direction. But we're under caution once again.
Give Jason Ricker the save of the night. What an incredible save from the 9. Jason Ricker is under the 5th caution here, but I was hoping to see a little peek at the launch of that start there, Paul. But you didn't give it to me, but that's okay. We're still friends.
Yeah, it's a lot of buttons to push. It's it's a tight dance. I just don't want to. It's not in the budget.
That's another T-shirt.
That's another. That's it. It ain't TV. It's just
not in
it's
the
just
budget.
Written in duct tape. We didn't even have enough to pay the sticker guy.
It's also part of the guys in the back taking tires. Some of the ones in front not taking them, and then that'll shake things up because it's a lot of grip difference. When them tires get worn, the guys in the back with tires are going to start running over and getting impatient. So it's also going to be a little bit of patience as the first and third on this restart didn't take tires. Second and fourth did, so they might get a little bit better traction. So this restart could be very interesting for that outside line.
And it's going to be a major thing, too, with the guys that did come down and get 4 tires or even 2 tires. It's going to take a couple of laps for the heat to get built up and for the grip to get built back up in those tires. And these drivers used to run 80 to 85 laps on those older tires, really backing the corners up. A couple of onboard shots, you could really tell the RPM's very, very low in these super late models getting around here just because you're always turning. It's just like a Waterford Speed Bowl here in Connecticut, right up the road from Vidane HQ here. You're always turning. You're always on the brake, on the gas, trying to make the magic happen. And it's action all the way around here at Oxford. 92 laps in the book. 58, 57 or so left to go. The iRACING pace truck is going to go grab a cold Coke. And we are racing once again. Green flag out.
Coca-Cola. Green flag as Suggs to the outside here. Look at this, man. Caden Tufts, my apologies, the 88. Suggs finding himself all the way back in P7. What a shakeup here. As Ryan Messer now in position in that row number 2. He's going to slide in and cross over on Tufts. Picking up 2 spots on that one. Ryan Messer hard charging to the front.
Coming out of the 4th restart spot, he was able to use that outside, use those tires to get underneath or get cleared of Roma, and then he dove it underneath of Tufts, who was trying to do the same thing to try to get the lead, but he wasn't able to do it. So now Messer, right on the back bumper of Cousins, going to look for that top spot, and there he goes around. Oh no!
That's really unfortunate because I think Messer could have got him a little bit freer there, but 4 Goodyears versus no Goodyears for Todd Cousins and Ryan Messer. We'll see what happens here from the tower on what's going to happen with the 1. Take us back.
Yeah, no question. There was some contact there between the 1 car and the 05. Going to pull up the U-House Racing Design Instant Replay. Take a look at that action, and you can see that 1 car very, very quick with 4 fresh tires, showing his fans why he's one of the popular drivers here in the TCM Special Events and the NEPS Series. There you can see a little bit of a bump for the 05 car, sending him down and around from the lead, and that's a tough, tough break after staying out under caution to inherit that lead, and we'll see what the word is from the tower. I see that one car going back towards the back of the pack, so it looks like Ryan Messer going to have to restart from a little bit further on back.
Tim Terry's in the booth. Tim.
Hey, just want to let you guys know that Ryan Messer did tap on that caution, so Ryan is going to the back for that incident. These guys, and I don't know if you guys remember back, I'm sure Paul does, to that Stafford race. You remember that race, Paul?
Oh, yeah.
We had a couple of messes on restarts, and we had to make some restart rules. The 83 has been warned for the last restart that he had to not decelerate or not back off once he accelerates as the leader. We had that mess before. Technically, the 116 was given a black flag from the sim. We have since cleared that and told the field that is their one and final warning. So just keep that in mind. The 83 dodged a bullet, has the lead again, 50 laps to go. Let's see what we can do here.
Picking them up, putting them down. 50 laps to go as we cross the stripe here at Oxford Plains. Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr., Mike James from up on the Rock, and Ryan Salvatore from down New Smyrna way, Daytona Beach, right around that area, somewhere in Florida. And also a member of the NEPS League that we're going to be seeing racing right here at Oxford Plains tomorrow for the GNG's Gift. Oxford 250, big fight field tomorrow, high noon here on Vidane TV. Going to come online just a little bit early, talk to some of the drivers about that show. 250 laps is no joke here at Oxford Plains, and seeing a lot of laps here tonight. Handful of heat races, handful of consi races, last chances for romances, and 150 laps here in the feature with less than 50 laps to go. The 83 car of Chris Roma, the 88 Caden Tufts holding on to that front row. Mike Rhino, Brett Suggs, and Noel Fougier, the top 5.
Well, it's going to get a little bit wilder as we get closer to that 150. I don't think this is the last caution here tonight in Oxford. It's going to be tight battles for the inside here. Here we go, 102. It's going to be Chris Roma and Caden Tufts on the front row, side by side. They come into turn 1. Look at that, row number 2. Mike Rhino, Brett Suggs now making his way up, looking for some positions here as Suggs drops to the bottom. But look at that, Caden Tufts still hanging out to dry. And it's going to be tight quarters on the inside. Caden Tufts going to have himself in a little bit of a racket trying to get to the bottom.
Definitely a tough thing, but when you're starting second, you got tires, and the leader doesn't, you got to give it a shot. You got to try to get around, and he wasn't able to make it happen. But Mike Rhino does have tires, getting up into that second spot. Brett Suggs is going to follow him through in the third. Tufts going to have a tough time trying to get to the bottom. You see Fougier also pushing inside, trying to take the spot. It's going to be a while before he can get to the bottom.
Well, we talked about this earlier, and everybody just so tight quarters right now in the bottom as Caden Tufts goes all the way to the back. He's now on door with the 56 of Tam Woolridge, but there the 97 is also on the back dumper as he continues to fall backwards. Now in the seventh spot, he's got Duncan on the inside.
Yeah, it's going to continue to struggle to try to get on the inside. But now up front, you got Rhino right on the back of Roma. You got Suggs right behind him in third. They're all nose to tail trying to get by. He's holding up the field, but he's doing a good job. It's just a matter of how patient can they be. If you don't want to turn them out of the way, because then you're going to be sent to the back also. And you'll be right back there with Messer, and that's not where you want to be.
Well, leaders fighting it out on the front row, about a tenth of a second in the difference as Rhino applies a lot of pressure on Chris Roma currently, as we see Rational Richard Drake on the inside now, side by side with the 88 of Caden Tufts. Tufts continue to go backwards. Roma holding on to this one by 2/10 on Mike Rhino. Suggs in the P3. Noel Fougier in the 4th spot. Tam Woolridge, your top 5. Riley Duncan and Jason Ricker, you're next up. And that Lanjaw now making his way. Josh Lanjaw picking up 15 spots since the beginning of this one. Finds himself in the 8th spot. Caden Tufts still moving backwards here. And as well, Todd Cousins, your top 10.
Yeah, Cousins was the leader on the previous restart, but it got turned, and that's where he's ended up. He stopped 5-6 cars, nose to tail. You really can't fit anything between them. Anybody makes a mistake, they're going all the way to the back. And that's what Rhino wants to do, though. He wants to keep the pressure on Roma to try to force him to make a mistake, make him burn him up. If he can get one good run, is all it's going to take. Because if he gets that nose there, he's not going to give him a second chance.
Those that did not take tires need to balance out here. Hopefully the heat cycle gets into these new Goodyears and it kind of equals out throughout the field as we see a little bit of tic-tac-toe going on between Mike Rhino and Chris Roma, a little tap ski back and forth. Suggs to the back bumper of the 34 of Rhino. Just taking a peek here on Twitter, 61 flips as we see the 7th caution. 61 flips at the Chili Bowl that, over this course of the week, and one of them, Chase Elliott. So some aerials here tonight in Oxford, and 61 of them at the Chili Bowl.
Haven't had quite that many yet, but we're getting there. Had a couple of flips and jumps and ramps and spins and all sorts of stuff. Lots of flip skis going on here at the racetrack here at Oxford Plains on Vidane TV. Pulling up the old U-House Racing Design Instant Replay. Going to focus in on Ricker, the 25 to 141 of Rational Richard Drake, and Craig Tully there in the number 5 car. And you can see kind of an accordion effect, the 9 car of Ricker. Looks like he backs out of the throttle just a little bit and gets collected up by the 25 car. A couple of other cars in there as well, getting a piece of the action. But again, here at Oxford, it's good to see here. The wrecks aren't very violent, so a lot of the times we'll get some wrecks, we'll get some spins, we'll get some cars pointed in the wrong direction, but we don't hit anything, so that's good news. Drivers able to kind of pull the belts back tight, get everything straightened back out, and get back on the racetrack and try and get themselves up into the lead. Chris Roma holding on to it right now. Mike Rhino, the new second-place driver. Brett Suggs back up to third. Noel Fougier and Tanton Woldridge, the top 5. And Noel Fougier coming off of the big road racing win here a couple of nights ago. 3rd win in the row for Fougier in the 36, and I believe the 4th on the season. And trying to set the TCM Special Events on fire here as he is the points leader so far for the 2022 season. And shout out to Mr. Ryan Libby for winning the TCM Special Event race last night, the Tour Modifieds at New Hampshire. One of the NEPS drivers coming in, getting himself a victory, and I believe locking himself into the big TCM show towards the end of the season. But there goes the pace truck, just about 31 laps to go. Green flag racing one more time.
Green, green, green on lap 1, number 119, 31 to go here. It is all Chris Roma right now, and look at this, Suggs to the outside. Well, no, sorry, to the inside. It's going to bring Mike Rhino in a battle for his life right now, trying to get in front of Noel Fougier. Lots of 2-wide racing throughout the field here as several cars trying to get to the bottom here at Oxford.
Yeah, Mike Rhino going through the same thing that Caden Tufts went through on the previous restart, but it looks like he's going to be able to tuck in there in the 4th spot. You got to get down as soon as you can, but now you got Brett Suggs on the back of Roma, going to try to keep the pressure on him. Roma did have a pretty good piece at the first half before anybody pit, so if these tires can normalize, he was keeping up and consistent with Suggs, so he might be able to have something for him if he can just hold on for a couple more laps.
I think if I'm correct, Roma did not collect any Goodyear, so Brett Suggs quite some time ago, look, here we go, here comes caution number 8 on lap number 123, but to finish that, Chris Roma not down pit road, I do believe, Paul, but Brett Suggs now making his way to the front, so here we go, 8th caution of the evening. Paul?
U-House Racing Designs Instant Replay. Going to see if we can find out just why it is we're under caution. Looks like the 33, the hugger car of Tyler Hallahan, getting himself a little bit out of shape. And it looks like he might have had himself a little bit of help there from John Byron in the 57 car. Take a look. Bright orange car on your screen. And there you can see the 33 getting a little bit of a tap from the 57, setting him down onto the inside. Does a great job, just giving that third pile a little bit of a nudge ski there. But he keeps going, doesn't hit anything. You can see the 57 gathers it back up as well. So we're gonna get ourselves under caution one more time here in Oxford Plains, and 25 laps to go here, Mikey. Business about to pick up.
I don't think this is going to be our final caution. I think that last 10 laps, if I stand correct from the past season, that we had here at TCM. It got pretty gnarly in those final laps. So lots of activity on pit road throughout this afternoon, and as well as cautions here tonight. 8 cautions in total, 25 to go. Sal, who's your pick? You still going for that Ryan Messer? Finding himself, I believe, Messer in that 11th spot.
He kind of went back a little bit on that last restart. I think he restarted on 6th or 8th. He was on the outside, so he was unfortunate. Got shuffled back. This is going to be interesting. Roma, I think, will be able to hold him off, but it's going to be tough. That bottom is really hard to get you off of unless without using the bumper. So he's looked good, and I think he'll be able to hold on to it, but it's not going to be easy by any stretch.
Well, I think you're definitely going to see the bump ski here, depending on who it is. We'll see a great run to the finish here as we count down the laps. The yellow flag still out as we get down to lap number 23. We're getting set here as they compose the field throughout here, doubling up here. It's ready to set to go. I believe the lights are out on the pace truck. We're getting set to go back. Green flag here in Oxford. Mike James from Eastbound International. Ryan Salvatore from Daytona Beach making the call here tonight for the TCM Special Event. Thanks for joining us. It's going to get gnarly here in the final 23 laps. Pace truck has exited. Roma with the hammer. Here we go. Suggs to the outside. Going to try to go for this one. He timed that one pretty good side by side. Suggs is going to go with Roma, but look at this. No Fougere on trying to close the gap here and will cause a bit of disruption for the 33, but the 33 will tuck in here and gets in front of that 36 of Fougere. 4 single cars now, and 5 cars now single file now into the front. A little side-by-side action, about 7 spots back, but Chris Roma controlling this one with 20 to go. Sal,
Big time move from Suggs. When he saw he wasn't going to quite have that outside line, he saw the gap there and said, you know what, I'm just going to tuck back in here. I'm going to just get behind him, stay in on the bottom, and then we'll try to work him and try to get him out this way because, again, we've got to get to the bottom. But you see he takes a little bit wider angle going in to the corners. He's trying to set up that exit. He's trying to get that drive off so we can get underneath him coming off the corner to try to get just enough to get underneath him to try to take that spot away.
well, 4 fresh Goodyears, I believe, on the 33 versus none on Chris Roma. Roma's going to try to protect that bottom as much as possible. 33 definitely a little bit quicker than the 83 of Roma. Frustrating right now for the rest of the field with those fresh Goodyear. You may see a little bump ski from the 33, but looking at the career from Brett Suggs, very much a gentleman here in the iRacing server. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it the gentleman way. Let's see what happens here with 16 to go. Suggs still on the back bumper of that 83 of Roma.
That bumper, Fougere 3rd, Rhino 4th, 5th, and Butcher 6th, all of them right nose to tail. Anybody slips up, you can be sure that they're all going to jump on there and capitalize. As they get even closer for the lead, he's right on his back bumper.
Well, if we do not see that caution come out, it's going to be very difficult for the rest of the field. Roma's going to have to hold that bottom as much as possible and not give up an inch here. There may be a slight little scrub ski from the 33, but we'll find out here. As we see right now as we're on board, the 33 from the outside as he tries to get underneath that 83, just enough to upset the balance to be able to get him out, just enough to slide by here to set up here for the 33. And then look at this as he backs off just a little bit. Doing everything he can, half car in here, looking to the outside, looking to the inside. The 33 trying everything in the virtual reality server here. The 33, Brett Suggs, did an awesome job on the restart. Almost timed it perfectly, but managed to find himself in an opportunity to find himself into that P2 as he could not challenge the outside for the lead.
Yep, Cuss coming, taking 10 to go. That's it. 10 more laps around. This is going to be, and it goes by very quickly. Suggs all over the back bumper, just trying to stay as close as he can, rattle them, get them nervous, get them to make any kind of mistake. He's not. He doesn't want to use the bumper if he doesn't have to. But when it gets down to this last couple laps, I don't know how many of them aren't going to use their bumper.
I just got a funny feeling the 33 is going to just try to get underneath and kind of a little bit like pick him up a little bit, square up on the back of the RBR 83, and see what happens here as we count him down. 8 to go here as he continues to get underneath, just trying to slightly upset the balance of that 83 as he now looks to the outside. A little half cart comes back in, squares him up here. 7 to go. Suggs looking for everything. The 83 in total defense, not having the fresh tires, did not take a pit. Can he hang on to the final 6 laps here? Fougere hoping for an imbalance between the top two. Can they open the door for the 36? Can Fougere take home another big win after taking the Mazda run just a couple of nights before? 5 to go, Sal.
5 more circuits. That's all we got, and they are still nose to tail. Roma's got to be sweating bullets right now with that mirror. That thing is full of that purple 33, and it's not going to be fun. He's trying to hold on to that bottom as that he can. This is going to be a wild finish here. We're about to come back with 3 to go here when we get to the stripe.
Well, here it is, squaring up at the 33. Now a little bump ski to the back of the 83. Gives him a little shove, but not disturbing the 83 whatsoever. Chris Roma doing a big job up in front, but could this be the spot here? The 33 as the 83 tucks back in and protects the inside once again. 2 to go here in Oxford for the TCM Special Event. The Oxford Plains 150. It's all Chris Roma, the lone soldier, not going down pit road, fighting all those fresh Goodyears behind him. Can he hang on? White Silk's going to come out for the 83 of Chris Roma. Final lap. Can he hold on? 3 more corners as they come down the backstretch. Here comes the 83 of Roma. Will he make it stick here? Here for the big night. Roma is going to hold on here in turn 4. Doug's looking for everything he can, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be all Chris Roma and the 83 doing it all for the RBR team. Man, what an awesome show. Thinking back on it, Sal, I actually believe that Roma and the 33 are actually teammates.
That would explain part of the lack of the bumpers, because when teammates, you'll usually give them the benefit of the doubt. You have to see them the next week, but if they weren't, that might be a little bit of a conversation in the shop if it would have been.
We'll see once we get him in the booth, but your top 10, Chris Roma taking home that huge win in front of Brett Suggs. Noel Fougere, your podium finish, P3. Mike Rhino, Tanton Woolridge, Cole Butcher, Jason Ricker, Ryan Messer, Caden Tufts, and Todd Cousins, your top 10. Finish in order, Riley Duncan, Rachel Richard Drake in the P12, Johnny Fitzpatrick from the Island in P13, Quentin Carpenter, Johnny Byron, Craig Tully in P16, Dave Horton, and Tyler Hallahan, your top 18. What a wild finish, man. I was thinking that he was going to try to get up underneath and upset, but we'll have a chat with those winners now in just a moment. But Sal, great to have you in the booth, man. What are your thoughts here tonight in Oxford?
If that's what tomorrow's going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun too. You were going to have those bumps. You're going to have those people jockeying for the bottoms, but they did a really good job of keeping it clean there at the end. I think we went a good 30
on old tires as far as you behind me.
All green there at the end.
Keep it clean. I knew you'd move me if you.
It was a good battle there.
Well, we got Chris Roma in the booth. Chris, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Huge win. You didn't go down pit road, if I stand correct. Take us through tonight on your pit strategy here in Oxford.
First off, I just realized I jumped in right on the broadcast there. Sorry about that, but
it's okay.
I felt like I had good speed. I wasn't really dropping off. I wasn't doing anything to burn the tires up. So whenever one went down, I figured I'd try to stick it out to the end, see if I could hold them off.
You know, those last 15 laps, I didn't realize until you actually crossed the finish line, but I believe my recollection of the pass, you were very close to Brett Suggs. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brett's a good buddy, clean racer. We race a lot alike, so a lot of fun having him chasing me.
Yeah. Did you think Suggs was going to give you a little bit more aggressive tap? I've seen a lot of squaring off, a lot of pressure there. Some big saves from the 83 here tonight, trying to hold on to that lead.
Yeah, it's hard to pass anywhere but the bottom here. So I knew he would move me cleanly. So I was just trying to keep that car stuck to the bottom. I was waiting for the bumper and trying to keep the inside lane full.
Coming down that backstretch into 3 and 4, you knew Suggs was a little bit quicker. Were you clinching coming into turn 4?
I thought I'd seen him get a little up on the curves a little bit, 1 and 2, so I gave it a good run down so he couldn't get to my bumper in 3. I felt half confident, but I was lucky he bobbled.
Well, great to see the 83 machine. Not too often I've seen you up here taking a big win here tonight. Take us through like your last couple of years here in the TCM events. Is this your first official win?
Yeah, I've been trying these for many years. It's my first time to pull one off.
Oh wow!
Times ran out of fuel.
I remember that night. That's absolutely incredible, Chris. Man, first official win here tonight at Oxford. Man, that makes it even so much more special. Who do you want to thank out there, Chris, for getting it done? And what's your plans for 2022?
Oh, I just got to thank all my Roma Bros Racing teammates and buddies, Travis and Craig and Todd and Scott and Danny Beach. And I don't know, we're going to see what we're going to do in real life racing season. And I'll keep playing on this as much as I can.
Well, season's going to be upon us in just no time. Victoria Day weekend will be here shortly. From all of us at TCM and Vidane TV, congratulations on your first official win here at the TCM Special Events, and so awesome for it to happen at Oxford.
Thanks very much. Sorry for cutting in on you.
No sweat, my friend. Sal, you got Brett Suggs in our P2. You got him?
Yeah, we got Brett Suggs here. Ended up finishing second. Led a lot of the early part of the race. Came down the pit. Had to work your way back through the field. Right there at the end, just couldn't quite get underneath of him. Take us through those last few laps.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun racing there with Chris. And after that caution, I was really surprised that Chris didn't pit with us. And I thought he was going to be out to lunch. But then I forgot he's extremely talented when it comes to racing on old tires. So hats off to him. I mean, he drove a phenomenal race, but I don't know. I guess some guys took 2 and it just put us behind a little bit, and then just, working our way back up through the field, and wasn't going to run Chris over for it. I mean, known Chris for a little while, and we've always been pretty good buddies, so didn't want to. I mean, I gave him a few little love taps just to let him know I was there, but I wasn't going to just send him up the track for no good reason. But still a good race overall, and had a lot of fun.
Yeah, Oxford, it's tough. You got all these. It's the bottom's really the only way around, and the tires. I don't know with the new models how much they're falling off with the supers, but after a while they kind of normalize. Did you expect to have a little bit more, or did you kind of know you had to get there quick to make it happen?
No, with the way this tire's working past couple of seasons, you kind of just got to get there in a hurry because it doesn't fall off quite like it used to. I mean, there's still a little bit of saving that comes into play, but definitely not like it used to be. So really, it's like track position's a pretty big advantage. There was a slight advantage, don't get me wrong, when we came out on new tires versus the guys that were on two tire strategy. But still, just picking them off, and especially at a track like Oxford, it just takes a lot more than some places to get around some people that are on older tires.
Sounds good. Great run tonight. Who do you got to thank? Who's on the car? What were you doing?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that's tuned into our Twitch stream at twitch.tv/BrettSuggs33. We had a lot of fun, raced with some good buddies, and definitely want to get back to it here in the near future. But also, everybody that puts this whole deal together, Brett Suggs Racing Marketing, the whole Team 33 community, everybody that's involved with that. We also got the Custom Matco, Lake Norman Power Cleaning, Racer Tees that hooks me up with some fresh paint schemes, T1S Racing, Total Advantage. The RBR guys, we always have a lot of fun racing with them. And I also want to shout out Mike Alexander and Matt Barkhouse because I'm sure they're tuning in, and that right there is School of Brett Suggs, and they know exactly what I'm talking about. So shout out to them and you guys for these broadcasts. It's a ton of fun to go back and watch and see where I could have done a little bit better, I guess.
You did pretty much everything it looked like you could do tonight. So great second place finish. And I believe, Mike, do you have third place Noah Fugier?
AKA Bubbles. But Brett Suggs, you could have done something else. You could have hammered him. But
Yeah, I guess so. I just didn't want to do Chris dirty like that. I know,
I said it in the broadcast. You'll listen later on. You're too much of a gentleman. I love it. I love it.
Right. Appreciate it, man.
Good job, Brett. Noah Fougere, a.k.a. the Bubbles Man from Nova Scotia. Twice in 1 week, you find yourself on a podium tonight. Just did not get the win here. You look sharp all evening here tonight, Noel. Take us through your run here at the 150.
Yeah, first off, I just want to say congrats to Chris on the win. He drove a great race, definitely well deserved, and also to Brett for P2. It was a great racing with them. Good to see Brett. I haven't seen him in one of these in a while, so it's definitely fun racing with him. But yeah, race was good overall. The car felt good. That pit cycle was kind of a chance for us to even ourselves out with the rest of the field. After the pit stop, the car felt a little bit better than it did before. It had a little bit more turn. So I was able to, get a little more drive, which actually eventually went away by the end of the race, which I feel like is why I couldn't quite get to Brett, because the car didn't really have much drive off. I think I burned the right rear off a little bit, but kind of came from the back again. But it was good. It was clean. Got back up behind Brett and had a super fun race between him and Chris for the win.
So looking at the lap times, you had a bit of a quicker time than Chris Roma here tonight. Your best lap time, 15:08. Pretty quick here tonight at Oxford. Noel, what was your strategy here tonight on pit road? Looking at your score clock here, did you just have a brief moment on pit road here tonight?
It was a lot of follow the leader, to be honest. I didn't really know what to expect coming in because I don't really like this track. I don't feel comfortable driving around this track the way I do other places. But yeah, I just followed whatever. I basically just followed whatever Brett did because he was leading at the time. I saw him dive on a pit road and a few other people. So I just decided to come in and put 4 on it. And I put, I think, 4 gallons of fuel in it just to put a little more weight in the rear. But car felt good, like I said, after that, so I didn't know if we'd be making 1 or 2 stops, but after the race kind of panned out, I realized we'd be making 1, so I feel like I made a good call coming in and putting 4. But like Brett said, Chris did a great job on old tires. I'm impressed that he held on the way he did. I mean, he's super talented, so definitely hats off to him for a great run.
Awesome. That's 2 podiums here this week. Noel Fougere in the 36 team. Take us home here tonight. Who do you want to thank? And give us a little bubble shout.
Oh, well, I got to thank a couple people watching at home. My parents are watching, and my grandparents there, and everybody at TCM for putting this on. You guys for broadcasting these as usual. It's always a blast. And of course, you, Mike. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate everything you do.
I always try to put you on the spot, but it's great. You're one of my favorite Bubbles impersonation.
That's an honor to hear. Thank you.
From the classic Bubbles. Tim, what are you thinking? 150 here tonight, officially in the books. Chris Roma with his first official win.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Paul that I'm glad we made the decision to broadcast that. Good to see Chris pick up one of these. Good to see Brett come back as well. Couple of drivers that we haven't seen a whole lot of. Good to see Cole Butcher here as well. Tough break for a couple of guys. Bob Hutchings had a tough break in the LCQs. Kenny McKenzie was quick all night long. Shane Coffin made his return. There are some names we haven't seen in a while here, but that's our 3rd race in 3 days, so we're going to take a little bit of a break next couple of days, get everybody dug out, and hopefully on the right track when it comes to this COVID deal. We'll be back sometime late next week for a Super Speedway race. We're going to slide that in before February, and then we have the Mid-Season Classic presented by Tolco Electric coming up the 24th and 25th of January. But tomorrow, if you're watching us here on Vidane TV and TCM, the G&G's Gift Oxford 250 for the NEPS series coming up tomorrow. Paul, it's a 1 o'clock start or 12? What is it? 1:15?
12:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Green flag for the features. Going to be doing some time trials at 12:05. We're going to try and get on the air a little bit early tomorrow night, see if we can have a little bit of story time, a little pre-race show action tomorrow from Oxford. Looking forward to it. Big fight field tomorrow. 27 drivers locked into the field for the G&G's Gift or Oxford 250, the first annual. Going to be a bunch of those lined up here over the next couple of years. Going to be live on Vidane TV, and it's going to be kind of a who's who of the NEP series. It's going to be a big show. Already had our qualifying races last Tuesday, I believe it was, and the top 20 in points locked in here as well. And saw a couple of the NEPS guys in here tonight do very well. Jason Ricker, Ryan Messer finishing 7th and 8th, and Ryan Salvatore up here in the booth. Man, did you learn anything tomorrow that you're going to be able to use on track?
What I found out is 150 laps is quite a long time, and we're doing 100 more. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of attrition tomorrow.
100%, but going to be entertaining, no doubt. That's going to wrap things up here for us tonight. For Tim Terry with the Tim's Corner Motorsports Special Events Series, Chris Roma coming home with his very first win here in the TCM Special Events. Noel Flugier knocking off another podium this season. Absolutely on fire for the points leader in that 36. Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr. up here in the booth, along with Mike James up on the rock, and Ryan Salvatore from NEPS. Everybody here at TCM, everybody here at Vidane TV, stay safe, stay warm. We're going to add some wood to the wood stove here because it's getting chilly at Vidane HQ. I think it's 4 degrees outside Fahrenheit, so I don't know what that is in Celsius. But in any sense, stay warm, stay safe, stay well. We'll catch you on the flip side. When we do, we're going to be doing it live right here from Oxford Plains for the GNG's Gift Oxford 250, brought to you by the New England, Pennsylvania iRacing Shift Marketing and Design Grand National Series Xfinity cars from the .38 mile raceway.
And we're going to be drinking.
Oh,